Okay, today we're going to be working on a practice of saying what you want, and we're going to do a really simple piece of art that'll be quick to make today. If you're going to use watercolor, you're going to want to have a palette of watercolors, a brush, a flat brush. I have a pretty small one. It's a, I don't know if it even says what size it is. A cup of water. Mine's dirty. Don't worry about it. If you are using another medium, you can use marker, you can use colored pencil, or you can use crayon. Grab your medium, and I have watercolor paper. If you are not doing watercolor, by no means do you need to use that. Okay, we're gonna start by getting our brush nice and wet. Oh, I forgot. I have to wake up my paints. So I'm gonna spray, wake them up. And then I have my nice wet brush. And I'm gonna be choosing this kind of, you could tell I use this one a lot. I have a big giant section of it. This green blue turquoisey shade. And we're gonna make big letters here. So we're gonna be putting on here, say what you want. So we have 4 sections. If you need to pencil that in for yourself, you can, but I'm gonna just freehand it here. And we're gonna be keeping our brush nice and flat and turning the brush as we go. Turning the brush up and up. Another, I'm going to turn it to keep it flat that way. And then a little more color. I'm going to do my Y here. Again, keeping the brush nice and flat, turning the brush itself. So keeping that brush again like flat. The W is a pretty big letter. So I'm going to overlap it with my H, and I'm going to make my H really narrow. I'm going to make my A a little narrow. Flatten it out. And then I have room for my T over here and overlap that right in. And then while this is still wet, before I get to these bottom ones, while this is still wet, I'm going to grab some blue paint, and I'm going to tap it into this edge because I want it to bloom out on the side. Okay, now that I've got that in there, now I'm going to add the U and the want. So I have U here. I don't want to make it too big because then I won't have room for my want. So I'm going to put my U kind of, there's only 3 letters in U, so I can make them wider, but maybe not longer. My O, again, I'm keeping the brush flat, and I'm just going to turn the brush itself. Okay. And then want. Again, just like up here, that W is going to take up a lot of space, so don't make it too wide. I'm gonna have them separated a little bit. Make that longer. We're not going for perfect here. Okay, and then I'm gonna add that blue again. And then you can either, I'm gonna add a little more water. You can either make this dry with a heat gun, or you can go get a cup of tea and come back when it's dry. Okay, so my painting is now dry, so it's time for me to add in some pen detail. And as I add in these pen details, I'm going to start to think about the things that I don't say that I'd like to say. So maybe that's asking for the raise, asking for the promotion, asking for the break, asking for some time to yourself, asking for help, asking for assistance, being really vocal about what it is that you've been holding back from saying that you need to say. Okay, and then you're going to add some little speech bubble things popping out. You can add as many all over this paper as you'd like with the I want or the I need statements that you have. I'm just going to be putting I want and I need on this paper, but you write in what it is that you do want or need. Remind yourself that you are as worthy as anyone else, to be given the things that you want or need, as long as they're not harming another person.